Good morning, guys. It's Kevin, your visa guy here in the Philippines. It's been raining since early in the morning, but that doesn't mean the grind stops. You know how it is. Rain or shine, life goes on, especially when we're dealing with people planning to move halfway across the world. Today, I'm bringing you along with me for a few things. Number one, we have a client who booked a relocation plan. Two, there's a couple who were referred to us by a YouTube subscriber. Thank you guys. Number three, we have a call this afternoon with an American who overstayed in the country for 5 years. That's half a decade. So, yes, it's a full day ahead. Let's head to the office first. Oh, by the way, did I tell you that I moved into a new office? If not, well, I just moved in recently. Pretty happy with it. The building has 24/7 access, which is a huge plus for me. Sometimes I do best thinking and working at night. There's something about the silence or just the quietness that lets me focus better. Anyway, when I get in, the first thing I do is check my emails, messages, WhatsApp, comments from YouTube. And yes, I try to reply to as many as I can. I know that a lot of people are relying on good information. It's not just about visas, it's about helping them figure out if the Philippines is right for them. Speaking of which, let me share you something real quick. I noticed more and more foreigners are not just curious about visas anymore. They're starting to ask about long term lifestyle, housing options, and cost of living. That's actually why I created the relocation plan to help people build a personalized strategy instead of just winging it. A lot of people come here thinking it's easy and then they hit immigration roadblocks or buy a condo they end up regretting. So before diving into anything permanent, I always say plan smart, explore slow, and don't commit too fast. Anyway, enough of my intro talk. Let's get to our first order of business. Mm, yeah. Yeah, so Michael, thank you so much for booking a call with me. I'm very excited to help you. And to start, maybe you can tell me more about your plans here in the Philippines. We can start from there. Mr. Michael, an American under 50 years old, reached out because he's planning to stay in the Philippines long term. He had already done some research about visa options and originally thought that the SRV Smile category would be available to him. That's the one with a $20,000 visa deposit for those aged 35 to 49 years old. Unfortunately, that category has been discontinued since the pandemic. Right now, the SRV is only open to those 50 years old and above. I gave him a heads up that there may be changes coming to the SRV, particularly in terms of fees, deposit requirements, and categories. But since nothing has been officially rolled out yet, I didn't want him to speculate too much. The last thing I want is someone taking action based on info that might change. What I did suggest was for him to start getting familiar with the core requirements. So that would be how to wire the deposit, what documents needs to be apostilled, the estimated timeline, the difference between preparing abroad versus within the Philippines. Since he is in his late 40s, I advised him that he doesn't really need to rush. By the time he turns 50, he will qualify for the standard classic, which has a lower deposit requirement. That is basically half the cost compared to the previous Smile category. In the meantime, I told him, just explore the Philippines on a tourist visa. Be flexible. Don't lock yourself into something long term yet, especially not real estate like a condo purchase. So during our call, I broke down the yearly cost of maintaining a tourist visa, the clearances required before exit, and some hidden pitfalls that foreigners often miss. And by the end of the conversation, he was really grateful. It
might not have been the answer he wanted, but it was a truthful one, and that's what matters most. While we're on the road, let's talk about some upcoming changes to the SRV program. Now, don't act on this yet. These updates haven't been officially implemented, but I did receive this information from a reliable source. One of the major proposed changes is that the SRV might soon open its doors to individuals under 50 years old, possibly lowering the minimum age requirement to 40 years old. It also appears that the program will be streamlined to just two main categories: classic and courtesy. For the classic category, for applicants aged 50 and above, without pension, the deposit requirement is 30,000 USD. That was from 20,000. Now, for those with pension that are aged 50 and above, the deposit requirement is now 15,000 USD, and that was from 10,000. And the monthly pension requirement would just at least be $800 per month, and that is still the same. Now, for applicants under 50 years old, which is 40 to 49, for those without pension, that would be 50,000 USD. And for those with pension or a lifetime benefit, like a social security, the deposit would be 25,000 USD. Now let's move on to the courtesy category. This will be divided into two subtypes. Courtesy for foreign nationals. This applies to former military personnel, diplomats, international organization members, and high achieving individuals. If you're under 50, or if you're 50 and above, the deposit is 1,500. It's still the same. But if you are under 50, which was not possible before, the pension would be 3,000 USD. If you don't have a pension, and if you're under 50, the deposit is 6,000 USD. So we just arrived. We just need to walk back to that part, which is probably a few minutes from this place. Parking area is very packed, so see you guys there. Now, the courtesy for former Filipinos, for 50 and above, it's still the same, $1,500. For those under 50, you can now apply. The deposit requirement is 3,000 USD. And for courtesy for former Filipinos, there's no pension required for this category. Additionally, the application fee is expected to increase from $1,400 to $1,500. So there's an additional $100. That's a lot to take in, so I'll cover more in another video. Make sure to follow for updates. As for our second appointment, I wasn't able to film it, but I met with an American couple living on a yacht. What a great way to spend retirement. Both are over 50, and based on their unique background and skill sets, they may qualify under the SRV courtesy category. I advised them to gather relevant documents to prove their eligibility and offered to connect them with the right people to get a proper assessment. We also discussed both potential outcomes if they qualify for the courtesy, and here are the requirements. If not, then these are the classic requirements. This is what consultations are really about. You might not always hear what you want to hear, but you'll get honest and clear information. From there, you can make informed decisions. They were grateful and shared that they're planning to apply early next year. By then, these new rules may already be in place, so they're preparing ahead. We're back. Hey guys, we are now back in the car. I just had a wonderful conversation with this couple, and they are very interested in getting the SRRV. Yeah, they just need to get some documents because during this trip they will still be going back to the USA to get some personal matters done, and they might probably be back here by January. But hopefully before then, they already have their documents and deposits set up. So when they arrive in the Philippines, everything is streamlined.
So Mark and Angie, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Anyway, we still have one last thing to do. We have an appointment in 5 minutes. We're gonna help out this guy who overstayed here in the Philippines. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, I was just done with the consultation with this client. Yeah, they overstayed for 5 years. They live in Luzon and they don't want to deal with anybody else. So his girlfriend actually found my YouTube channel and decided to contact me because they found this video right here that I helped this family fix their overstaying visa. And I think they said they're gonna have to settle it by October because they need to save up some funds for the penalties, because for 5 years that's a hefty penalty. So they are still saving some funds up, so probably by September or October they're gonna proceed with the process in fixing their overstaying visa. Well, I'm very glad that they are now considering to fix their visa because it's been 5 years. Anyway, let's wrap up the day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Appreciate your support. It's now time to head back to the city. So if you have questions about Philippine visas, let me know in the comment section, or you can send me an email at vin.philippines@gmail.com. So until then, see you guys next time. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.